I'll try to keep this under 3 minutes. So, my cleric and the rest of the group were doing a prison break, and there was like a blood witch in there who had like crazy flame-looking tattoos, and who wanted the cleric to consume some of her blood so that she could get out. And he did, and then he got that tattoo, and it started to grow on him. And he was making con saves once a day, and it was growing and growing, and eventually that blood witch was going to step out of his skin. But that was way down the road. I was planning that for way further down the road. Where we were this weekend, they were in a cursed forest. They were on their way to the Blood Hunters' old hangout, where some bad stuff went down, and nobody's alive there anymore, and there's a curse and corruption thing going on. So they're making their way through the forest, and they come to this like black river, and to get over it, there's a shambling mound there that basically says, hey, pay the toll. The toll is like a magic item. You can give me some spell slots, just give me something magical, I'll let you get across. So, and that's what I thought. I thought they'd give up a few magic items, they'd expend a few spell slots, be on their way. And the cleric's like, oh, what about this magical blood tattoo? Can you take that? I thought, yeah, he probably could. Yeah, he did. And everybody else put in a lot of stuff. And the druid, who's playing a druid of the Blighted Lands, who was maybe a little bit responsible for this shambling mound being as sentient as he is, also kind of realized in that moment, as it began to struggle against the blood curse, like, I could probably take a little bit of his power. And so he did. And so the shambling mound split into two, one of them being the Blood Witch, who was like, hey, I'm out now. That's great. That's cool. As a reward, I'm not going to unalive you and all your friends. But the warlock in the party thought, actually, right now, she's probably as weak as she's ever going to be. And she was a murderer who was in prison for a reason. So let's fight her. And so they did. The Warlock also got hit with a Blood Smite crit, which did almost all of her damage in one hit and works like a Searing Smite. It was a time. It was a time. None of this was what I had planned. I had planned that they would fight something called the Tyrant of 1,000 Fangs. They didn't get to that because they had to fight the Blood Witch that was going to be born out of the cleric, but instead came out of the sentient shambling mound. And so that's where we're going to pick up next week. Hope you had as fun listening as I did DMing that.